Hello, and welcome aboard Whale Pod to another Genshin Impact video. I'm your Captain Whale, and in today's video we are going to be raising Nahida. First, we will show off that we are going to be raising Nahida right outside the steps to her house, where she is currently still quote-quote imprisoned. You're doing a pretty bad job of that there, Dottore. She's running around right free out here. But now, without any further ado, let's get into the leveling. Six will do it to 19. And then one of the smallest will get to 20. Oh wait, I still need to craft the last couple gem fragments.
I'm getting smarter.
Yes, you are. But before you go get even smarter, we're gonna pause, make some chunks, and then be right back. And we are back, so now let the Dendro Archon leveling continue. Talent books of the beast here. All the way up to level 40. We have more than enough Dendro Hypostasis drops. I used 6 resin refreshes with Prima Gems, 2 transient resin from the teapot, and I want to say it was 4 fragile resin to get all the drops I needed.
My mind is growing even bigger. It feels like it could fit the entire sky and ocean inside it.
And we're now starting to get some of her Ascension stat in there, which is Elemental Mastery. So, with a 40 of 50 under our belt, let's get this a little Archon, a 50 of 50, and her next Ascension. More Elemental Mastery. Don't mind if I do. $60 of 70 will get her no more Elemental Mastery, but we'll get her A4 passive.
I feel like a new Apollo Lotus that's been reunited.
Didn't mean to interrupt you there, Nahida. Just wanted to close that window. Whether you do the one small book or the few medium books first or second, it doesn't matter. It all ends up the same way. Now to get her 5th Ascension Star. And now we are going to get her final Ascension. Even more Elemental Mastery comes from this.
And for teaching me so many new things. As the God of Wisdom, I grant you my blessing. From here onward, may your journey be free from confusion that clouds your mind and obstacles that block your path.
Thank you, Nahida. And for the last step of the process, we will feed her a few more books and a 90 of 90. We're going to go ahead and claim some free fates here. Now, weapon raising. Let's start with the refinements. While we're here, what her weapon passive does, it is a massive wall of text, but what it boils down to is is for each party member of the same elemental type in the party, you will get extra elemental mastery, 32 at R1 and 64 at R5. And for every party member that is not the same element as the equipping character, they will get bonus elemental damage for their element type. 10% at R1, 20% at R5. Or maybe more. It just went up 4 there instead of... So, yeah, it looks like it'll be more. It looks like it might be 26% per party member. Refinement rank 2. And a 3. And a 4. And that is a refinement rank 5, 1,000 Nights Dawn Song. Or 1,000 Nights Floating Dreams with 1,000 Nights Dawn Song for its refinement passive. And it is 64 EM and 26% elemental damage. Well, the EM for same elemental type and the elemental damage for different elemental type. And additionally, all nearby party members other than the equipping character will simply have 48 extra elemental mastery. Now, the enhancement time. We're going to, we do have some 1-star and 2 stars here as well that we can burn from just the racks and stuff behind the Sumeru blacksmith. Actually, let's no, let's not do that because then it'll consume all my smaller ore. It takes the Tuesday, Friday, Sunday Oasis Gardens Reminiscence series, the Primal Construct drops, and unactivated fungi drops. Well, standard fungi drops, not the activated or scorched variety. We should have everything we need on that front already. It'll be very much of a buzzkill if we don't. Fortunately, though, if we don't, I can just pause, pop a few more fragile resin, and run that domain as it is open today. Or I don't know, it might be. If that changes over at midnight, it's not. If that changes over at server reset, it is, because I have not seen my Welkin Moon for the next day yet. So hopefully we have enough. We should need 5, 14, 14, and 6. And I do believe I had 6, 16, 16, and 9. Once again, we'll be seeing how far we can go with just the 3-star and 4-star and, well, 1-star and 2-star weapons. And as how far we've gone, we have currently reached 40 of 40 just on 3-star weapons. Oh, we have 23. I guess I got some from the event. Well, from one of the events. I think the other one was Mondstadt materials. And we're still going on 3-star materials. We have right around 1,000 of these guys to throw in here from all our wishing. We will have 9 left over after doing this ascension. This is not any more Mora. efficient than just using ore, but it's always good to cut down on your supplies of these if you're a whale, so you don't run out of space when you're doing big whales. Because nothing kills the mood like having to go and fodder a bunch of weapons mid-whale. We ran out of 3 stars, used a little ore there. Now, one thing I do want to mention here is I did, in my wishing session, sort of slander the Widsith here a little bit. Widsith is, in my opinion, the only good weapon on this weapon banner, but it's not worth wishing on a weapon banner just trying to get one good weapon. I guess Fav Lance is also on there, and maybe no, Widsith is the catalyst, so Codex definitely isn't on there. But Favonius Lance is I know Favonius weapons are useful, I just don't think they're good enough to wish on a weapon banner just for them. Okay, we had 15 of the purples. Wait, we're gonna, before we forget to get rid of them. It did already take the 1s and 2 stars. I guess it did the 1 and 2 star weapons before going for the blue ore. $76 already. We're at 80 of 80. We're going to ascend further to 80 of 90. And we're going to get to level 83 with a little asterisk by that because we did get a little bit of ore between, I want to say, 50 and 60. Now we just use 297 more enhancement ore and shaboom! We have ourselves a 542 base attack, 265 elemental mastery weapon. This is the highest elemental mastery substatted weapon in the game, as it is the only 5-star with elemental mastery that also has the lowest base attack, and the lower the base attack on a weapon is, the higher its substat value is going to be. And the next highest is actually a 4-star catalyst with the sacrificial fragments. So, while we're here, let's go over other weapons that I would consider on Nahida. I'm only going to be considering EM weapons, as I don't think other... Well, EM is probably the best stat you can possibly put on Nahida. So, Sacrificial Fragments, of course, has the next highest EM after 1,000 Floating Dreams. Where are the other EM weapons? Oh, the brand new Wandering Even Star has 165 EM on it when it's at level 90. Mappa Mare will have higher base attack but lower elemental mastery than the Wandering Even Star, but it is craftable, so there's that. The Sac Fragments is a permanent gacha weapon, and the Wandering Even Star is a limited gacha weapon. I do also believe, I think it's the Magic Guide from the 3 stars from the gacha also has a little bit of EM on it, but I could be wrong. I was wrong about Cool Steel having HP after all. It is in fact attack percent, as a commenter pointed out. Thank you for pointing that out. And now we are going to go and put Nahida's artifact set on. We are running her on full 4-piece Gilded Dreams with triple elemental mastery main stats. Her off-piece is going to be her goblet, so we'll put that on last. Alright, yes, this is... Yeah, that's the plume I prepared for Nahida. And here is the flower. We're going to unlock... I never really lock my equipped to character items because there's no risk of foddering those. And our off-piece goblet is on Thundering Fury. So we have an EM goblet on Thundering Fury. Now, let's check out our Nahida's Elemental Mastery. 1099, standing still, no Dendro Res. Let's see what that'll get us. That'll get us 567.3% increased Bloom, Hyper Bloom, and, well, Burning, Bloom, Hyper Bloom, and Burgeon damage. Those are the important ones for her. And it will increase the damage bonus provided by Aggravate and Spread by 239%. Her stats are 18.2k HP, 1.5k attack, 707 defense, and of course 1099 Elemental Mastery. And of course 240 max stamina, because we're not filthy casuals who don't have max statues in Mondstadt and Malia yet still. We're going to skip over Constellation now and go into talents. I'm going to be leveling all 3 of her talents. Let's get them all to 2 right off the rip. I also had a hunch that Nahida and Layla would be needing the Philosophies of Ingenuity series, because we have 3 that need Admonition, 2 that need Praxis, and only 1 that needs Ingenuity prior to their release. Nahida's confirmed as Ingenuity, but we still don't know whether or not Layla will be. But what we do know is Nahida is blocked on a level 6 because she needs boss drops from the new Scaramouche weekly boss. I cannot wait to kick the Fandango man's trash. But let's keep leveling the rest of these up. And we're at 666 across the board, Talents of the Beast. Makes sense because in the original Japanese and Chinese, the Archons are instead known as demon gods, or I should say original Chinese and Japanese, they're known as demon gods. And for her Ascension talents, Compassion Illuminated. When unleashing Illusory Heart, the Shrine of Maya will gain the following effects. The elemental mastery of the active character within the field will be increased by 25% of the elemental mastery of the party member with the highest elemental mastery. You can gain a maximum of 250 elemental mastery in this manner. Essentially, on a well-built Nahida, you will be getting 250 elemental mastery when standing inside the shrine her ultimate makes, essentially giving her Kazuha's Constellation 2 as an A1 passive. And then Awakening let me take another try at that. Awakening Elucidated. Each point of Nahida's elemental mastery beyond 200 will grant 0.01 bonus damage and 0.003 crit rate to the Trikarma Purification from her E. A maximum of 80% bonus damage and 24% crit rate can be granted to the E in this manner. And her Exploration passive is just saying you can use her E to both gather certain items, and I'm guessing maybe scan people with Akasha terminals to get maybe bonus dialogue or more information about the surrounding area, something out of them. It says this skill may have even more effects, so we're going to have to play around with it. Now, her constellations. The Shrine of Maya is, of course, her burst. When the Shrine of Maya is unleashed and the elemental types of party members are being tabulated, fancy way of saying counted, the count will add one number of Pyro, Electro, and Hydro characters respectively. The Root of All Fullness, opponents that are marked by Seeds of Skanda applied by Nahida herself will be affected by the following effects. Burning, Bloom, Hyper Bloom, and Burgeon can now crit. The crit rate and crit damage are fixed at 20% and 100%, so a 1 in 5 chance that your transformative Dendro reactions will deal double damage, and makes it so Quick and Aggravate and Spread will shred defense by 30%. And we get, with Constellation 3, 3 levels to her E. And with Constellation 4, when up to 4 enemies are marked by her E, Nahida's Elemental Mastery will be increased by a respective amount ranging from 100 to 160. And Constellation 5 is 3 levels to her burst. Everyone has that. Okay, all schemes to know. We now know that that is the E. So when it hits opponents affected by the E while after unleashing the ultimate, she will use, I'm guessing, a stronger version of the basically burst when triggering reactions with your E, because that's how you get the burst, is by triggering Dendro-related reactions. You will get Dendro damage based on 200% of Nahida's attack and 400% of her Elemental Mastery on top of the base of this E burst. Can be triggered once every 0.2 seconds, and she can unleash 6 instances of this. So it's essentially a... I'd say this is pretty similar to Yelan's Constellation 6, where it gives you souped up versions of something else in her kit after using her ultimate. Now, with that, we return to our talent screen to see that our 666 is now overwritten with 699. As for artifact sets, I do think Nahida is probably the first Dendro character who deals a lot of Dendro damage, wants to be your primarily Dendro damage wielder, who would also want the Deepwood Memories. I also think another valid setup for Nahida, if you don't have good sets of either Gilded or Deepwood yet, is 2 Gilded and 2 Wanderer's Troop for this plus 160 Elemental Mastery. Let's see, what are some other sets Nahida could use? No, don't think she works with Echoes. I still say no one works with Echoes. It's bugged where it doesn't work properly if your ping is anything above about 20, which my ping is always in around the mid-40s, so it will never work properly for me. This is only good on Xiao. The only 4 pieces I actually have of it left are on Xiao. Ocean-Hued Clam. Well, you can do Healer Nahida because Prototype Amber exists, but why the heck would you want to? Husk of Opulent Dreams is defense scaling. Nahida is EM scaling. Emblem of Severed Fate could be decent. I don't think her burst does too much damage, if any damage. But Energy Recharge is always decent if you're having trouble with that. Maybe only go 2-piece and put it with Elemental Mastery plus 80 2-piece. No on Shimenawa's Reminiscence, it is a terrible set. Only use it for its 2-piece. And only really if you don't have better Gladiators, Vermilion, or Echoes. Granted, these two are probably the most niche artifact domain of all time. So it's probably going to be Shimenawa's is only really useful if you need 2 Gladiators, 2 Shimenawas for someone like Shenhe. Catalyst cannot deal physical damage, Pale Flame is out. She is not HP scaling, so while she can trigger the 4-piece very consistently, she cannot take any advantage of the 2-piece. She's not a Hydro character, don't consider Heart of Depths. She also does not get infused by Candace, so there's no funny Hydro Nahida build there. She's not a Cryo character, although she can be used on a Freeze comp, but most of her damage is reaction-based, and her Constellation 2 gives her reactions a fixed crit rate. So, no funny haha Cryo or Freeze Nahida. She also can't get Shenhe's, or not Shenhe's, Chongyun's infusion. Same thing with Crimson Witch, she can't get Bennett's infusion, so no haha funny Pyro Nahida. Lava Walker is terrible. Thundering Fury doesn't work on, well, it could work on her, but I would not recommend it. I don't know, maybe Ziox or Zajeff will post a video about why Thundering Fury Nahida is secretly great, but no, don't go for it, it's a trap. Thunder Soother is as absolute garbage as Lava Walker is. Retracing Bullite is very outclassed. We need a better shield strength set. Once again, there's no like Geo Infusion that can overwrite other characters, and Nahida is a catalyst which wouldn't be affected by that sort of thing anyway. Nahida's not Animo, don't go Viridescent. Once again, Prototype Amber exists, but please do not do Healer Nahida. Once again, Nahida cannot deal physical damage, so Bloodstained is out. Noblesse is a, I guess, decent fallback. I'm a bit sour on it because it is well, I know I'm going to have to use a Noblesse Nahida at one point, as there's likely going to be a Nahida trial during your story quest. And Helioverse loves giving trial characters Noblesse for some godforsaken reason. Wanderer's Troop is, I guess, a decent option if you don't have good enough pieces for a 2-2 Wanderers and Gilded Dreams, as she is a catalyst, so she will get the extra charge attack damage. Maybe has more value if you do have C6 like I do, because using charge attacks will trigger the super purification from her C6. Gladiators is meh on her. She's mostly reaction based, though scale off of Elemental Mastery. Any of the 4-piece sets, well, not 4-piece sets, 4-star sets and lower, don't use them. Exiles and Instructors have uses, but wait for when Helioverse eventually gives us 5-star variants of them. If they gave us a 5-star variant of Berserker, it would probably be about as good as Gladiators or some of the other mid-tier 5-star sets. As Nahida's artifacts in a shell nut. Now, all that's left here is, unfortunately her birthday was literally like 5 days ago, so you gotta wait 360 days to get birthday mail from Nahida. Yay! And now, all that's left is the story and voiceover. I'm going to wait a couple weeks to do a Abyss showcase with Nahida, so I can show her off in the 3.2 Abyss that was built around her, and so we can get some Scaramouche parts in order to start upgrading her talents even further. I do want to get... I am going to at least double crown her. I don't know how much further past 6, maybe like 7 or 8 max for this, but I will eventually double crown Nahida once I have the Scaramouche parts necessary to do so. So, that is my Day 1, a 90 of 90, Constellation 6, Refinement 5 Nahida, already with fully leveled, passable artifacts. If you did enjoy this video, WhalePod, if you found it informative on how you might build your Nahida, if you are also lucky enough to possess this adorable little flower child, well then, I would appreciate it if you would leave a comment, like the video, and sub to the channel if you have not done so already. All 3 of those help me out immensely and cost you only a few moments of your time. Now, with that said and done, I have been your Captain Whale. If you... I hope you are having a fantastic day, WhalePod. But until next time, this is Captain Whale, signing off.